Welcome to Black and Gold Today, brought to you by Ray Brandt Infinity. I'm Rachel Whittaker. Let's wrap up the week in the NFC South with Panthers writer Jonathan Jones of the Charlotte Observer. Jonathan, nice to have you. Welcome.
Rachel, thanks for having me.
Well, the Panthers are the first team to repeat as division champs in the NFC South and sit right by the Saints in strength of schedule for 2015. So for the Panthers, they play on Thanksgiving Day for the first time in team history at Dallas and get their first crack at the Saints in week 3. So how might their schedule overall challenge the Panthers?
Yeah, I mean, right now everyone kind of looks at strength of schedule, and it's the 6th easiest strength of schedule in the NFL. But they have some tough games. Obviously, they play the Saints twice, including in Week 3. They have Dallas on Thanksgiving Day, which, of course, is going to be a big game. It could be Greg Hardy's first game back playing the Panthers if his 10-game suspension upholds. Then they also have Andrew Luck coming here on Monday Night Football. The week before that, they have Philadelphia on Sunday Night Football. And then they also have Green Bay and Seattle, the two best teams in the NFC that they're going to have to face. So, you know, you can look at strength of schedule, you can look at what those teams that they play this year did last year, but they have some pretty good opponents this year. Even Houston, who finished below 500, but with a good quarterback, has a team that's easily above 500. They have a pretty tough schedule, I think.
Right, absolutely. I mean, yes, the NFC South has 4 of the 6 easiest schedules record-wise, but I mean, anything can happen, as we know. It's so early on. Injuries, draft picks will factor that all in as the year continues. And when we come back, we'll take a look at the draft.
Am I missing a deadline? Will I get there in time? Am I going too fast? Did I close the garage door? Stay in your lane. I don't think I sent that email. I should make a reservation. I thought it was clear. Okay, break. I didn't see that coming.
Its instinct to protect leaves you free to drive.
Welcome back. Well, Jonathan, the Panthers have the 25th overall pick in the draft, which is less than a week away. So what's your gut feeling on where they're going to go with that pick? Greg Hardy, of course, no longer with the team, but defensive end, not somewhere you think that they'd go at 25?
You know, it's tough because a lot of the high production defensive ends should be gone by 25. But Dave Gettleman, the general manager, has said that he can't help himself. If there's what he calls a blue goose pass rusher there at 25, don't put it past him to take one. Even a defensive tackle, despite the Panthers doubling up on defensive tackles in the first and second rounds 2 years ago, there's potential for them to go defensive tackle. I think a lot of people looking at this team, they see needs at offensive tackle, of course. They see this team needing a number 2 wide receiver. I don't think that they're going to go receiver in the first round just because of how deep this draft class is. You look at last year, how deep that class was, how you can get a very good receiver in the second or third round. You don't have to spend a first rounder on them like they did last year with Kelvin Benjamin. And then, of course, if Todd Gurley falls, I think you absolutely have to pick him at 25. But I think it's a long shot that a guy that talented, despite his knee injury, will last until 25.
Right, I agree with you there. Yes, the Panthers do have Jonathan Stewart. They wouldn't mind another running back, especially one like Gurley. But yeah, I agree with you. I don't see him being around at 25. But it's going to be a great Thursday night. Looking forward, and the Saints, of course, with 2 picks. We'll see what happens in the NFC South. A lot still to unfold. Well, Jonathan, thank you so much.
Thanks, Rachel.
And join us next week, everybody, for full coverage of the draft. Have a great weekend.